Okay, here's another game of Warhammer. This is 2,800 points. We get rolled the Watchtower scenario. Haven't played that in a while. Figured it'd be a good go. This is the same list that I used in the last game. So if you've watched the last one, then you know the list. I'm not going to go over it here. But my buddy Chad brought us Dwarves. See if I remember exactly what he brought. Starting left to right, we got this is his runed up fire cannon. Rune of Forging and the fire rune, give it flaming. We got the organ gun. Then we got 20 hammers, I think. In the building, he got possession of the building. He put his 20 rangers with great weapons and crossbows. And then to the right of that, we got 25 great weapon warriors. And then we got another 25 hand weapon and shield longbeards. First war machine on the hill is the grudge thrower. Strength 9, strength 5. Reroll scatter. It's pretty good. Another cannon, Rune of Forging, and then he's got his Rune Lord on an anvil. And in his Longbeards is where his battle standard bearer is. Not on the board yet. He has a unit of miners with a Thane with the Rune of Brotherhood, so he can join the miners. Since he got the Watchtower, Chaos got first turn. So on to first turn. Quick turn for Chaos. My warriors in the center charged his Quarrelers. They got to stand and shoot. Killed one. Killed like 6 in hand-to-hand. Did challenge with my battle standard bearer. I think he killed the champion. And he killed a couple of warriors. I won combat. He made his test, so I had to back off an inch. Everything else moved up, as you see, and he easily stopped all my spells. So, on to Dwarves turn 1. Okay. Dwarves turn 1. He had an impressively bad round of rolls. So, we'll go over them. First, I'd like you to notice up in the upper right hand corner, there is no more anvil. He tried to Wrath and Ruin to move some guys, and he rolled a 1, so he had to roll a misfire chart, rolled another 1, and killed his Dwarf Lord on the anvil. I'm speechless. That was awesome for me. And then both cannons fired at my 2 big guys. Declared for 8 inches, rolled a 2, rolled a 4, so they both fell short. Organ gun fired at the ogres, only got 2 shots. Hit, I think they're auto hits, failed to wound on both of them. The only thing that did hit was his grudge thrower hit dead center on my right. Or it scattered a little bit, and it hit some warriors, and I failed 4 saves. But since they're Slaanesh, they don't care. But overall, a horrible turn for the Dwarves, and it kind of just snowballed from there. So on to Chaos turn 2. Okay, Chaos turn 2. Warriors charged the guys in the building. Warriors and Dragon Ogres charged, and I also declared the Giant at them too, trying to, I was hoping a couple of things would hit. Dragon Ogres were obviously going to make it, and I was trying to give them support in the form of either Warriors or the Giant. Shaggoth charged his organ gun and easily won the combat, and then reformed. It took his Thunderstomp to do it. My Ogres moved up to get in the front of the Hammers. Magic, I only got like 3 dice. I think I went for Giver of Glory off of the War Shrine, and I think he dispelled it, actually. So even without the anvil, he can stop all my magic. Combat, I only killed a couple of guys on his Longbeards. Did win combat, but he stayed and he was steadfast. In the center, I did kill, I think I killed like 6 or 7 of his guys. He made his stubborn test, failed it on an 11, and the last 5 guys ran out. So they're kind of hidden by the building, so my guys occupied the building. And there you go. That was a very successful Chaos turn 2 on 2 Dwarves. Okay, Dwarves turn 2. Not a bad turn for him, I don't think. His miners came on. They came on over there to support the hammers. He really likes using the anvil with the miners so that when they come on the board, his anvil can make them charge. It's a great tactic. His hammerers tried to charge the guys in the building to get out of the way of the ogres and the shaggoth. Failed that charge, so it left him really exposed. His rangers did rally, and then he charged in his great weapon warriors into my warrior unit that was fighting his longbeards. He easily won that combat. I whiffed everything, or almost everything. He broke both units. Only tried to pursue the warriors with his longbeards. They got away. And then just reformed his warriors to face the building, because that is the victory condition. His left cannon fired at the shaggoth, did a couple of wounds. And his right cannon fired at the giant, misfired, but not a bad result. And he fired his grudge thrower, I think, at my sorcerer lord, but it scattered off to nowhere. So on to Chaos turn 3. Okay, Chaos turn 3. The important ones. I declared 3 charges at his hammer unit. I'm knowing they're stubborn. I wanted to get as many things into it as I could to try to get off everybody. So the chariot, the ogres, and the shaggoth all went in there. The chariot and the giant on the right went into his longbeards. Rallied my warriors to turn to face the flank of his great weapon guys, and my dang dragon ogres failed their rally check and ran away. Combats, I did a lot of damage to his longbeards, but that hung around. And on the left, I killed 13, about that, of his hammers. He only did a couple of wounds to me. The way they were positioned, the shaggoth was no longer in base-to-base contact with him. We weren't sure exactly how to resolve it because that unit's still there, so he technically should still be fighting. It's hard to move him down, so we just decided, we rolled off to say if he was in combat or out of combat. We decided he was in combat, so we just shifted everyone down to keep the shaggoth in combat. That actually worked in his favor a little bit, I think, but that's fine. That's what you need to do. And that was it of the Chaos turn. On to Dwarves. Okay, so on Chaos turn, or sorry, Dwarf turn, his miners charged into the flank of the shaggoth. His warriors tried to charge my sorcerer lord. They failed, but still went 6 inches. He needed to roll a 9. He rolled an 8. But I've kept my units in his front. Both cannons targeted my warriors in the building. Eliminated some warriors. Die 6, strength 10 hits per cannon. It's not too bad. My giant decided to jump up and down on his longbeard unit, finishing him off. So my chariot reformed to face his warriors, and the giant stood there looking at those lovely tasty war machines. Okay, the ogres and the chariot finished. No, they killed a whole bunch of guys. Put like 2 more wounds on the Shaggy. He has 1 wound left. Chaos won the combat. The dang Hammers actually failed their leadership test and broke, and the Chariot pursued to run them down. The Shaggoth turned to face on the Miners. When he attacked the Thane in there and actually killed him. But Thunderstumped not enough to do anything. So, yeah, that was it of Dwarf turn. On to Chaos. Okay, Chaos turn 4. Ogres charged the leftover Rangers in the flank. I wanted to get them away from the Miners when they beat the Shaggoth. I don't want them sitting out there because it's his turn next. Giant successfully charged the cannon, but Yellen balled. Good for him. My Sorcerer Lord and Warriors charged in on the Warrior unit. 1 combat. I killed off his Battle Standard Bear. No, his Battle Standard Bear was in the other unit, so it was already dead. So yeah, he rolled an 11 on his break test. My Sorcerer Lord ran him down. I wanted to leave my Warriors there so they could hop into that building if they needed to. And his Miners easily finished off my Shaggy. So on to Chaos turn, or on to Dwarf turn, I should say. Alright, looks like I forgot to take a picture at the end of the Dwarf turn, so I'll go over both turns. His Miners failed to charge the guys in the building. His 1 cannon shot at those guys in the building, killed off another couple. Didn't kill off enough. They're Slaanesh, so they didn't have to panic or nothing. Giant only killed off like 1 of the crewmen, so it still stood there. On my turn, Ogres charged the Grudge Thrower. Couldn't kill it off. I was having a horrible time trying to kill off War Machine crews. Reformed my Chariots and switched the units in the building. The 1 unit went out on the front, and then my unit with the Sorcerer went in from the other side. So I'd have more models in there, basically, because I know having the Watchtower is the only way you win. I don't think my spells were doing anything all game. He was out of his big dispel stuff, but I was rolling like 3 dice or 4 dice for casting. So I got like nothing out of that. So on to next turn. Okay, this is the bottom of turn 5. And his Miners finally did successfully charge my guys in the building. He killed a couple. I made my check. Oh, it only goes off of wounds. I didn't kill hardly any, but I made my check to stay, so he bounced off an inch. Some other minor things happened, but the big news was he rolled the die, and that's where the game ended. Was right there. So Chaos win. Holding the Watchtower. Hey, look at my Dragon Ogres did rally. But it was a clear, even on points, it was a clear victory for the Chaos on this one. So the victory of the Chaos, I think, was more due to his amazingly bad dice rolls. But I held the Watchtower, and it was a fun game. Thanks for watching this. Hope to have more soon. Thanks.